All right, got a nice little evening. Dogs are eating. Do some more Model A stuff. So today, I don't have it. I got some strapping. I was waiting for my order to come in because I was supposed to get a master cylinder and stuff, but that has not showed up yet. So I can't do too much with that portion in the firewall. I think what I'm going to do for now anyways is we'll start building this out. I think if we can get the floor up to where I started this and around the transmission, then we can kind of figure out where we're gonna dog that to after. Like, I kind of know what I want, I just don't really know. I guess that doesn't make sense, but I gotta carve this thing up, and I kind of want to make this so it's removable. So I'd like it that this portion isn't a permanent fixture to it. I'd like to be able to take this off and then maybe service things underneath it. I'm not 100% sure on that just yet, but yeah, I kind of just would like to get this firewall sorted out, but we'll start with the tunnel. So I couldn't find any of this bar, nobody had, so I just got a little bit of just some 3/16, some strapping. So I'm gonna strap it around here, I'm gonna strap it around there, and then we're gonna just build a cover for the works. That is essentially the plan. Yeah, I guess if I have to service this thing, I know it looks super tight, but we have this cross member, well, it's gonna come out underneath here, so that one will remove. This thing can drop down. I don't know if it can fully drop down or whether I'm gonna visit some stuff now that our floor is out. I can't remember some things. I think it's close, but whatever. We'll deal with it when we pull this out and figure out what motor I'm going to use or whatnot. This is the motor that was in my coupe, so I think I have a set of heads. I guess I could just go through, re-gasket it and stuff like that. Man, just to get a gasket set for one of these things, I could pretty much buy a used motor that runs and drives. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we do there. But okay, first things first. We'll start with this. I want to just get that sorted out. I'd like to get into the tubs, but I don't know if that's going to happen just yet. Maybe. We'll see. survey says not bad, not bad. Not great, but not bad. Right. Let me find my clamps. Stick a couple on here. See if this thing actually fits. Something has shrunk here. Okay, like, you know, it's fitting. Not exactly as I envisioned, but it's fitting. This started well and it ended weird. I'm gonna trim. I think this has got twisted wrong. No, that's supposed to be back again. I feel the front should be here. I'll try to make everything else sort of fit if I can. I can't think it would have moved that much. But you never know. Yeah, definitely some weirdness has happened. I feel I didn't trim something. Man. Let's see if I can get this sitting where I think it should be, and then possibly I gotta trim the back. Possibly. Or I'm gonna screw this panel all up and I gotta start over again. Not sure. What do you think? I think that's about what I was shooting for. Unless I wanted it further ahead, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I did. I don't actually know what I wanted now. I thought I wanted this thing like here. One side seems aggressively further ahead than the other. Well, not really. Okay. Now there's some discrepancies here. Well, the attempt was right. I think I can fix it though. I just won't have. All right. I think I can fix it, except for here I probably won't have as much. I think we'll end up with a butt weld. And this one I have to bend more. Kinda how things go. This one's gonna need to flatten out to nothing, and this one's gonna need to bend up more. I'll show you. I think this is what I have to do. I have to get rid of the lip on this side. Two, almost no lip. And this one I had to make bigger, so I'm gonna have to trim that. But I think that is the compromise. Essentially, I'm doing whatever I can to salvage this piece. So I feel that one's pretty good. Then this one's supposed to go here. But I feel I have... Oh, that's pretty good. Just this part's not so good. I fix that. I'm happy with this, I'm happy with that. I think I have to redo my bends again. I gotta make them, well, I'll show you the process. So my process to fix this is just beat this out and we'll rebend it. We needed it to go a little bit taller in the front to suck this down a bit. It's a calculated boo-boo. Good thing I'm not trying to metal finish it. I guess you could planish this and it'd be nice, but I don't care that much. I just basically want to bring this line up a little bit more so I can suck this edge tighter into that other piece that I goofed up. Therefore, the easiest is the back was good, the front needs more. How much more? It wasn't very much, but I gotta make sure to do enough that I don't have to redo this yet again. I can always undo it and do it again. Okay. I don't think I have enough clamps to clamp everything down, but I think that's gonna work. Let me get that one in there. Temporarily. This one there. Yeah, that wasn't a good clamp. This one's probably better for what I'm doing. Okay, well, that's a better fit. We are tight. And somewhere, I have our last piece. So that one should go here. Oh, this one. This one, there was some miscalculations. I like that. I'm gonna flatten this one out and see if I can fix it. Okay, so that one's into there. See, what if I think this one's supposed to be like way further back. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling, yeah, you can see this thing. I'm trying to go over here and it should actually be here. I don't know if, no, you can't really see what I'm doing. Let me fix that. All right, as I was saying, I have this piece set up to do this, but in actuality, this one goes pretty far back, so I'm probably meaning to do this. So I probably bent that for nothing, but that's okay. We just gotta trim a whole bunch more off of this thing and we'll start it over again. I don't want to go further up though. I think we're gonna have some interesting welding to do, but trim that. I think this one needs to get trimmed a little bit. There's a little... I don't know. I feel this one wants to go straight to there. I think I want to downsize it to that. But I think then it's going to cause my tunnel to go this and then back up. Will it? No, that's a smoother transition. We'll do a medium. I'll let it overlap a bit, but I won't sweat it. Let's get... Oh, maybe. Maybe if I trim this, I can put this one where it's supposed to be and this thing can overlap onto it. That'll work. Well, that is blitzed in. We're going to fully weld that up yet, amongst fixing some other things. I want to do a lot of when the body's off. There's like an aggressive overlap here, so I want to basically trim that, and there's the same thing happening over there. But I think we're pretty good. A lot of the noise is the body's not bolted down yet, but cool. Yeah, we got to re-drill all the holes here because the body mounts are somewhere in there. So we got to figure that out. I got to do this, but yeah, I'm really hooped without the pedals and stuff. Well, I have pedals, but without my master, I don't really know where that's got to go. Part of me wants a bracket that, well, I gotta, yeah, I don't know. Maybe gotta be, if I based it on the headers and we just went with that's going to be the floor. I just don't know how high. Like the pedals are going to go into this vicinity here for sure. Into this upper lip dealio. I'm sure the master is going to be like up there somewhere. I just feel I have to gut this tank and just get it out of here. It's too bad. To me, it's in good shape, but I don't know. Well, let's just carve this thing open from here. We won't go crazy far because I kind of want to retain the factory look if I can inside. So if I can basically trim that across, that'll give us a base point where we can start carving other things out. Yeah, I'm going to carve up here. We're going to slice past this mount because I'm sure this thing's braced to the 9s inside, and I'd like to reuse that if I can. But we'll cut back up over here somewhere and just make our way across everything, I guess. Yeah. Let's do it, then we can put it on, and then we can play with the pedals a little more. Survey skills. I put this. I still feel it needs to be higher, like there. Well, I think I know my magic spot. Should we tack it there? I think so. It won't be permanent. It doesn't actually put my firewall too far behind there. I think I gotta move that over more. I don't think my foot's gonna fit here. Oh yeah, not happening. Not happening. I think we need smaller pedals on top of that. Well, that gives us an idea. A seat again and see where we're at here. Yeah, those pedals are like crazy weird. Yeah, we're totally gonna have to manipulate these pedals a bit. Man, steering, golly. Oh, everything needs to manipulate a little bit. I'm gonna see how the Jeep pedals are. They're different than this, but this one, that clutch, that brake is gonna have to go a lot closer to that clutch. And then when that's there, I don't even know. Pretty much can't stretch out. It's weird, it's a big car, but I don't think I can stretch out in it. I'm not gonna get an arm out the window. Huh. Okay, but we got a game plan. We can actually start this firewall. I feel that's where the pedals are gonna have to go, which is not even that far in, really. What are we at, 3 inches? 4 inches in? 3 inches back. That's not a crazy firewall. Yeah. We're definitely going to be going with a spoon gas pedal. I hope. Oh, depends if I have the electric throttle or not. Depends what I do, I guess. My options are open. Well, it's not bad. The pedals will have to squish together and I'll have to wear slippers or something, but I think that's the cost of putting 3 pedals into something old like this. So, I mean, it looks like it'll work. You can see this is a bigger pad. If I had the smaller one for the brake and the brake kind of came straight down, that would give me just enough room for my big feet there to get into a gas pedal. Because now it's a little tight. But from here, the distance, we got about 3 inches, so pretty much, I'm thinking, I can't really start the firewall till I get the master. I'd like to have it all bolted together, and then I can kind of know. My plan's kind of to make the firewall out of, I was going to go 1 by 1, but I wonder now if I'd made it out of 10 gauge, would that be strong enough? I think I still need some bracing in it. But if we tied it, that's the only problem is we do anything else, we're going to screw. If I do any tying structure to the fuel tank, we might be able to tie it back into the braces that hold the fuel tank. I'm trying to think this all through in my head here, or talk it through. So right here, the pedals are there. Normally this filler neck is not here. The pedal, the clutch is going to be, the master is going to be like just floating over this valve cover sitting here. So this part's going to be recessed, but I think that's it. We don't have to touch anything else. I don't even know. I see a number on here. 7-27-28. I don't know what year that thing would be. So, like I say, normally this valve cover's on the other side, so there's really nothing here. We have to probably move a coil pack, but I think if I square box this thing out, I can... If we went 10 gauge, we could make a big hollow square that goes through, and then that would hit up to the master. We'd have to go something goofy for that, but we won't worry about that. That's just to check fluid and the clutch. We need something in there for the clutch and the master. No big deal. That's going to go there, across there. We'll tie the floor and this into that. And because we're going to be stomping on the pedal, I think just because we're coming with the firewall won't be much. I think we'll have to tie into this piece. If I do some heavier gauge steel, when I bolt the fuel tank on, it gets bolted on. If you don't know Model A's, anyways, they kind of, there's these holes right here. So these all bolt around. And then on the inside there they go. And then the firewall and this would be pinched together here. That's how it would be bolted. So if you undid that, you could take this off. So I kind of would like to do that. That way I could do gauges. If I do all electric gauges, I could just do a mass plug. We could undo that, undo the steering column, and then technically we could unbolt, pull the fuel tank off to I have no idea, but the options, the options there. I don't know what that would accomplish for us, but yeah, I don't really want to open this up like crazy everywhere for no reason. Like I don't need it with the LS, so it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of neat, but if I got to hodge that, we may as well hodge everything. I don't know. I got a lot of thinking, but I need parts, and I think they're going to come tomorrow. I think I'm a little hooped on this stuff for now. I could work on the toe boards. I guess we could start that as my fuel tank just drips on everything. Maybe we'll make up these pieces, and I think that's about where we're going to get today. And that'll be about it. I think what I want to do is make this come up to this, and then I can figure out, well, that's going to have to, yeah, we'll make it here with a little lip. So we'll kind of copy the idea we did with the floors, but we'll make up there, and we're going to follow the firewall a little lip. That way when we start this firewall business, we have a nice little edge to try to match everything up to. I'm thinking, like I say, if it's going to be 3 inches back, it's only going to be here, so there will be a series of humps going everywhere. Man, I am more and more leaning to custom headers, because if we lap them all down, I'd probably be able to get a steering shaft through there, provided my brake doesn't get in the way. If these two pipes kind of came, man, how would I do that? It's like if I flipped that collector around, it would be perfect. If these came out, that collector was here, and then these pipes came in at that angle, it would really suck because it would wreck this. And that's like a very structural thing. But that would free up all the room I need to get to my steering column, like my steering box. Anyways, we'll wait till I get the wobble joints. That's a big work project I don't really want to do, but all right, let's do the floors. that worked out well. Check it out. So our floors, for the most part, front to back, are done, other than the fuel tank area. I don't know what I'm doing there. Well, I shouldn't say these are done. I gotta get welded way better. Everything's tacked in right now. A lot of it I want to lift the body off so I can weld. Like I put all those straps in, so I want to weld the tunnel, transmission, like all the bits. I want to weld them to there, weld them to the floor. Here we drilled, like I punched a bunch of holes, so that can get burned in, but I can also weld in from underneath everywhere. So that's kind of the plan. Got a game plan for the pedals. I just kind of have to wait for my pedalist, like my master, to come, but I think I can kind of mount and blindly go with it, and we'll figure stuff out if I can build up this firewall. So I'm kind of leaning to use some pretty heavy gauge steel to do the firewall, because we are going to be banging on some pedals on there pretty harsh. I don't know if I need the whole thing. I might do just the upper part, and then we'll sheet metal back up to it. I'm thinking what I'd like to do is like bend, yeah, because that area needs to be pretty strong. If I do 10 gauge, I don't have to actually like try to bead roll, do everything. I would plate behind it if I did something else, but I don't know. I have some 16 gauge, which is pretty strong. Not strong enough just for some pedals, but unless I add a brace into the whole thing. That's possible. Just having a conversation with myself. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I think next round I'm going to try to get this firewall all going. That's kind of going to be the plan. I can kind of work without some of this stuff. I have a sheet of 16 gauge out there, so I can bend. We can kind of come to the corner of the firewall, I think. I'll come out the 3 inches that I need. We'll just close it in. I'll bring it down as far as I can, and then we can sheet metal up to that. This stuff here, I think, is just 20 gauge that I'm using. Usually I use like 18 or 19. But 16 is going to be pretty thick, so I think that'll be good. Then we can kind of figure out our pedals, cut a plate that I can put something heavier to there. When we come out, I think we can tie into this stuff a little bit, just to add, you know, like kind of web into it, add some strength to that firewall, just because we're going to be doing our pedals onto it. So that's an idea. For now, I'm going to make it square, figure our pedals out, and then go in. We're going to have to go up. Well, not a lot, though. When I look at that, like that master cylinder is probably, well, probably on the lower side. I don't know if I got to bring those up. It's so close to the motor. It is and it isn't. I think it'll be fine. We might have to relocate some coils, but I don't. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to keep talking to myself here, but yeah, got a game plan for next round. This one I think I did pretty good. Got a lot of the stuff. I don't know. I got progress. We got things going. We're getting there. We got to do firewall, and then we got to do rear wheel tubs, and then the thing's actually closed up, and then we can do the back fenders, and yeah, just a boogieing along here. So anyways, folks, on that note, I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later. Yeah.